right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our information session for the Salem Early Childhood Center. We will introduce ourselves and then we are going to launch into a slide presentation that we have for you. It looks like we've got one person in the room so far, so we'll have questions along the way if you need, and certainly questions and answers at the end. But to start with, I am going to just call on people and have them introduce themselves and tell us who you are and what you do at the Early Childhood Center. Susan.
Hi, everyone. My name is Susan Crimble, and I am a teacher at the Early Childhood Center. I've been there for a long time. And Raylene, you can go next.
Hi, Raylene Randazza. I'm also a special education teacher at the Early Childhood Center. Erica.
Hi. Oh, sorry, go ahead. So just going in order.
Hi, good evening. My name is Erica Griffin. I'm the counselor, social worker at the Early Childhood Center. I've been there for 10 years.
Beth.
Hi, I'm Beth White. I'm a pre-K teacher, and I have been with the Early Childhood Center for the last 4 years.
Alicia.
Hi, I'm Alicia Smerlian. I am the team chair, special ed administrator for the Early Childhood Center. And this is, I think, I've been there for 5 years or so.
Great. Thank you, everybody. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen right now. So everyone can take a look at the slides that we have prepared. There we go. Okay. So as I said, welcome. You're here to hear about the Salem Early Childhood Center. And as I said, if we're going to go through some slides. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know and we'll be happy to answer them. And then we'll certainly have a question and answer session at the end. Let's see. So we're going to start with just a few logistics. Our hours at the pre-K are 8:45 until 2:50 for most of the students. We do have preschool, and our preschool 3-year-old peers attend school from 8:45 until 12 o'clock. So we have two programs. We have 4-year-old peers that are there for a full day and 3-year-old peers that are there for half a day and are dismissed at noon. Our class sizes are 15. We have a staff to student ratio of 2 to 15 or 3 to 12 in our substantially separate program. Snack or breakfast, it's sort of a breakfast snack, and lunch are provided, but students certainly may bring their own if they wish. And we do have a short quiet time for rest if needed. So that's our overview of logistics. And I'm going to pass it on to Alicia Smerlian right now, who's going to talk to us a little bit about how the Early Childhood Center is an integrated preschool program.
Thanks, Leanne. So as Leanne said, the ECC is an integrated preschool. Our preschool, we are very lucky to have typically developing peers go to school alongside students that are found to have a disability. They learn together in our community. And research really suggests that combining students with disabilities with age-appropriate, typically developing peers have an important implication for both groups of children. All students learn acceptance and sensitivity, as well as positive social interactions and play behavior. Students learn to work and play together in a school community that reflects the real world.
Thanks, Alicia. Okay. And the Early Childhood Center, what happens in a typical day?
I think that's me. that correct, Leanne?
Yes.
Okay, so we learn and we play and we grow at our preschool. Learning is really our pre-academic skills, learning letters, letter sounds, rhyming, number skills, counting, sorting, and measurement. We play during the day. We have different dramatic play, different areas, including dramatic play and a block area and a science area. Some of the classrooms have sand and water tables. There are book areas, writing areas, and use of manipulatives. And we grow. We learn how to make friends. We learn how to ask for help. We work on our social skills, which would be learning to pay attention, sharing with our friends, and waiting our turn.
Great, thank you. Our curriculum at the ECC is called 3 Cheers for Pre-K. It's a curriculum that includes skill-based experiences. It's multisensory. It involves purposeful play through monthly engaging themes. It includes many high quality literature, books for reading, for read aloud. It includes math and science, social studies, and health. Students can participate in large groups, small groups, and teachers are very, very careful to match their instruction to meet the needs of the students who are in front of them. Sure, who has specials?
That's me. Yep. So the early childhood is very fortunate this year to be able to participate in specialists. So whereas before some of these things were done within the classroom, now we go to specialists. The 3-year-olds stay in their classroom and the specialists come to them. And the 4-year-olds get to travel throughout the school and join art. We also have STEAM, music, physical education, gym, and we just added library. So every day, each class has a different specialist and they get to rotate through them all through the week.
Thank you. And to tell us about our early childhood service providers.
So at the ECC, we are fortunate to have speech and language therapists, occupational therapists, a physical therapist. We have a BCBA. We have a social worker who's our City Connects coordinator, Erica, who's on this platform tonight. We have a full-time nurse and a school psychologist. So should your children need any special education services, we are very fortunate, as I said, to have our own therapist, a part of our community at the ECC.
Okay. A typical day. The following slides are going to take you through a child's typical day at the Early Childhood Center. Arrival.
Our greatest wish is to have our students show us that they can do for themselves. At arrival, our students are greeted by a teacher every day. It brings a sense of community and just starts our day off right. Students stop by their cubbies and unpack for the day all by themselves. Students take part in independent tabletop activities, and we all gather around and share a meal, a breakfast snack at arrival.
Thank you. Okay, morning meeting and circle time.
Yes, so after the kids come to school and they've settled down, they've put their stuff away, they've had breakfast, everybody gathers on the rug together for morning meeting. So this is a time where we greet everybody, we sing our welcome song, we talk about what our theme is for the week and what the essential question is and what we'll be learning about. We also touch upon the weather and weather patterns. We do the calendar every day for number recognition and counting. And it's just a time for kids to share maybe how their night was, how their weekend was, if we're coming back on Monday. And it's also a place where we start our literacy, which is with a story that goes along with our theme. Kids get to listen to the story and make connections to the theme and ask questions and really get into what our essential question is, our learning for that theme. So that's all done at morning meeting and circle.
Oh, thank you. Time to eat. Very important part of our day at the ECC.
I'm at the ECC. The kids love it. As mentioned in previous slides, that we have mealtime where we have breakfast and lunch and snack provided for our students, which is free and available for everybody, or students can certainly bring their own things. If you look at the picture of the little boy, he actually has his little lunch bag with him. So you bring a lunch from home if you want, and we all eat together and practice our communication and independence skills. The teachers will sit right down at the tables with all the students and really teach them how to sit and be independent, polite eaters.
Thanks. All right, story time. I think this is you, Beth.
At story time, we explore books. We are a literacy-based curriculum. It is woven through math and our social engagements. We start off most of our lessons exploring books that actually touch on things that our students can relate to and things that they can learn from. Our biggest wish is to have our students find themselves in the texts that we use. They're fun and engaging, and they launch us into new learning.
Thanks, Beth. Literacy circle. I think that might be Shauna. So during literacy circle is students spend time learning about alphabet, phonemic awareness, which is how we hear the sounds in our language and the sounds in our words. They learn about rhyming and vocabulary and a little bit about general phonics, letter recognition, letter sounds, that type of thing. And that happens once a day, every morning for about 10 minutes or so. Math time.
So math is really important as well for all the children in preschool. Math helps children to learn and problem solve. They learn to measure, and they learn how to use and understand shapes as well as many other things. When learning about number sense, we work on connecting numbers to real life experiences. We learn to count, but also not just counting, we learn what each number represents. We learn about one-to-one correspondence, which is counting items and giving each item a number word. We work on number identification, and we learn about and manipulate all different kinds of shapes. We learn about measurement, like long, short, for example. And we also do addition and subtraction. We use a lot of hands-on materials to learn this skill and to use real life situations to really help the students understand this skill. So like if I had 2 pieces of pizza and I ate one, how many are left? So they're not just rote counting, they're using their numbers for purposeful, learning their numbers for purposeful reasons. We practice sorting all different kinds of items by different attributes, size, shape, category, color. And we learn how to create patterns because patterns are all around us. So we do a lot with math.
Thank you. All right, center time.
So centers in the classroom are where we have our purposeful play. A lot of times there are things in the centers that go along with our theme. Some of the centers you might see is a dramatic play or a housekeeping area. Recently, my housekeeping area became a pizza shop as we were talking about community helpers or a post office. We have a block area where kids learn to work together to build. All the classrooms have a book area, as Beth talked about the great literature that we have for our students at school. We have art, we have easels, we have messy play, so we have sand and water. We have light tables, we have writing centers, we have math centers. There's so many different and fun ways for the kids to learn and continue to learn through the theme and through all the areas of the classroom. Like you can see in one of the pictures, the student is practicing his name in Play-Doh. So that's, you know, not only good for his fine motor skills, but he's learning letter recognition and name recognition. So centers and purposeful play is an important part of our day.
Thank you. Speaking of playtime. So that may have been Shauna.
No, that's me, actually. I just
That
had
you?
to unmute.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So this just piggybacks off of what Raylene just said about the different centers. You can see all these students playing in different capacities, building blocks, playing with magnet tiles on a table. Playtime happens during our choice time, which is part of the daily schedule. And students will get to spend a few minutes in each center that the teacher decides to open up that day. So it changes every day. The teacher will just pick a few different centers that will be open, and the student gets to choose. And playtime is very important for preschool because this is how they're learning to be friends and get along and take turns and really practice their social skills. So playtime is a very important part of preschool.
Thank you. Outside time. It's another great time of the day.
Yeah, so we're very lucky to have a playground where the kids can go outside and play with each other. A couple classes at a time will join each other outside morning and afternoon for a little bit for fresh air. We have some playground structures similar to the one that we're looking at. We also have swings. We have a shed that we keep some bikes in it and chalk and other outside activities where kids can just run around and play tag or chase or just interact with each other and get their, sillies and energy out, whatever the time of day it is. And yeah, and just enjoy being at school together.
Thanks. Okay. So next steps are that it's time to register your child. So in order to register, you can follow this link online, and it will bring you to our page for early learning programs and registration. And on here, you'll find everything that you need in order to register your child for preschool. So that is there, Toopsie, to guide you. So feel free just to go right onto that link. You can find it just right at salemk12.org, and there'll be a drop down there to help you get to where you need to be. Sorry. So thank you for joining us. As I see now that I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I see now that we've got, we have Ayla in attendance still. Ayla Lopez, do you have any questions for us?
She has one on the chat.
Great question. How long are they outside for? Does a teacher want to kind of take that?
I actually wrote back to her and
Oh, you
told
did.
her
Good for you.
It's about 25 minutes twice a day. We try to get out in the morning and in the afternoon.
Great, thank you. Ayla, do you have any other questions for us? Okay. Oh, you can type it in the chat. Or I'll assume you don't have any more questions. Okay, great. Thank you, Ayla, for attending tonight. Okay, well, thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. So thank you for joining, and for those of you who are out there listening to this at a future time, thank you for taking a listen and watching our presentation. As always, if you have any questions for us, you can find us at the Early Childhood Center and reach out through email or phone. Oh, and Ayla has a question. Great. Oh, is there an after school care? That's another good question. So there is after school for students who are in the pre-kindergarten. So those are students who are 4 years old and are there for the full day. We do have an after school program. Students who are 3 years old and are in the preschool program leave at noon. We do not have after school care for them, but we do, yes, for students who leave at 2:50. Great. Glad that's perfect. It's nice to be perfect. All right. Well, as I said, thank you to everyone who's joined us and has watched this at a later time. And like I said, you can always reach out to us by finding us at the Early Childhood Center online, or give us a call. Take care, and I hope everybody has a wonderful evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Everyone leave. Can't even. Bye, Leanne.